where he's blind, but he's pretty good. So
He's great.
yeah.
Hey, everybody, we're live. Welcome. It is Monday night. Welcome to Feast of Fandoms. It is MCU Mondays right here on Feast of Fandoms. I am your host, David. With me, as always, are my co-host, Debbie. Debbie, how are you this evening?
Pretty good. And we were at a high of, I think we were in the mid-30s today, and it was sunny.
Wow.
Oh,
We were in the mid-80s today. Sorry.
yep.
Yeah. Bite
Sorry.
me.
It's spring-like weather already in February. God love it. Which that means nothing. That means like next week we'll probably have another Arctic blast and a cold front and a freeze and all that other nonsense. So it ain't over. When it hits like April, we're pretty much, actually when it hits March, we're pretty much in the clear of the freeze stuff. So also with us tonight is Andrew. How are you, sir?
Doing good.
Just good.
Yeah, I don't really have anything going on. So
Awesome.
Debbie already knows about the weather, so I can't bring that up. So
Yeah, that's true. I've got to ask Andrew, because we talked a little bit about this last week. For those of you that don't know, we are talking about Wonderman again. And yes, I know the whole series has dropped, all 8 episodes, but we're taking 2 episodes at a time so that we can stretch it out, because it is a good series and I've thoroughly enjoyed it. Andrew, we talked last week. Have you watched the whole thing at this point now?
No, I'm just watching it as we watch it. So because I have so much other stuff that I'm watching, I just don't have the time to binge it like I would like. So
I do too, but I got past these 2 episodes, which these were not my favorite episodes. Actually, the first one, episode 3 was good. I liked episode 3. It was episode 4 I kind of had an issue with, but episode 3 was really good. What?
Episode 4 was my favorite.
I was going to say, I really liked episode 4.
Oh,
that was great.
Good.
I was just, I don't care.
They were both short episodes. They were only like 25
well, they're all
minutes.
short episodes. They're all like 30 minutes long. None of the episodes are long.
Right.
But yeah, but once I got past that, and I was like, finally, okay, we're past that. Now what are we doing? And then it got into 5, 6, 7, and 8, and I was just like, oh, we're cooking with gas now. I watched the whole thing. So Debbie, we could talk about the whole thing now in our chat if you would like to bring up Wonderman. You're allowed, because I've seen it now and you're not going to spoil it.
Okay. I've been holding off because y'all slow.
Andrew, this in no way should entice you to have to want to watch it either.
Oh no, I want to watch it. It's
no.
But
I'm saying you don't need to binge it. That's what I'm saying. You don't need to go out of your way.
Andrew is on so many YouTube shows that he has to watch a crap ton. See, this is the way I used to be. I used to be on a bunch of shows, and then I was just like,
I've got Marvel on Monday, so I watched Marvel stuff on Monday, Clone Wars on Thursday, Smallville on Friday, Cam's movies on Saturday or Sunday. So plus all the other stuff I watch that's not show related. So I gotta pick and choose when I watch. So.
Yeah. We were talking about this. I'm actually doing 2 shows right now. I'm doing Night of the Seven Kingdoms, and Bridgerton. I'll let you figure that one out. I know that's completely
out of left field right there.
Yeah, off kilter for me, but I've been enjoying it.
What season are you on?
2. Working on 2.
Okay.
I'm not very far in.
Okay.
So
I watched that too, so you can chat with me.
I was gonna say, you don't have to worry about spoiling that one for me.
Well, I was wondering if they were ever going to find out that whole first season. I was just like, okay, who's the lovey-dovey stuff was, whatever. That's, romance and whatever. But I was with Penelope. I was like, okay, who's writing this stupid gossip column or whatever, right? And then not Penelope, it was who was looking for it? It was Penelope's the one that's actually writing it. It was her friend. It was the Bridgerton girl. I can't remember her name. The one that doesn't want to do all the.
Yeah, she doesn't want to conform.
Right. Nonconformist. She's the emo chick of the show. But anyway, she's also the one that was hunting her down, and I was like, oh, I wonder if they're ever going to find out who it is. And then at the very end, it's like, oh, Penelope. All right, well, kind of makes sense. And now we're into her really having to work hard to conceal herself. So I know you don't care, Andrew. It's good. It's enjoyable. I have.
You're gonna start a Bridgerton podcast.
No, I'm not going to go that far. But I've just enjoyed the story. It's something completely different. Yes, it's out of left field for me, but it's not Star Wars. It's not Marvel. It's not horror movies. So I can just kind of wash my brain. You know what I'm saying? This is a nice.
It's kind of brain rot stuff.
Yeah, it's a palate cleanser. So, and they so the first ball that they had, I don't know if you caught it, season 2, first ball that they had the I want to say band. It's not really a band. They had the orchestra up there and they were playing Like a Virgin. Did you catch that?
They do that a lot in this show.
Yeah. But it was all, classical. It's kind of like a Knight's Tale, honestly. Where they've got the music and it's medieval and blah 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 music, but it's Queen. So go figure.
Oh, I thought that was a Weird Al song, Like a Surgeon.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
But it's been enjoyable, and I'm jumping between that and Night of the Seven Kingdoms. So just depends on what my mood is when I sit down to think around with my Legos. So, or if I have to watch Wonder Man, which I did this weekend because it was amazing. That all being said, let's start in on episode 3. Episode 3 is the birthday party for Simon's mother, even though he's not called Simon in this episode. It's Simon. Is it Simon? The way his mama says it.
Yeah, they're Haitian.
They're Haitian. But you kind of get a feel as to where his family stands at this point. You've got Trevor, of course, and he's in the background. He's being manipulated by
Cleary,
the Department of
Damage Control.
Damage Control. That's what it is. Damage Control. And so he's trying to figure out, what are his powers? Is he a threat? Blah 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 blah. And so Trevor volunteers to go with him to his mother's birthday party after the fiasco at Joe Pantaloni's house. Which, by the way, I'll talk to you later, Debbie.
Okay.
I'll talk to you about Joe later.
I know he comes back.
Yeah, you will see Joe Pantaloni again. So, but so we go to the thing. We get the dynamic though between Simon and his family. Now, obviously, his dad is not there anymore, but it's his brother and his mother. His mother is the typical mother. Oh, my son, he can do no wrong. I'm so excited for him. Things are finally happening for him. And he does not have the heart to tell her that he got fired from American Horror Story. But she's also proud.
I could never do that with my mom because she would find out, even not through me, that if I got fired, like she would just find out.
Yeah, but you're younger. You're talking about an older person who may, and you
don't know my mom. I'll tell you that.
No. But you're younger and you still live with your mom. So yeah, she's going to know. there's going to be signs there she'll know. He doesn't live with her mom. He lives in a completely different town. So for him, it's different. There's a different dynamic there because, again, he's older. He's on his own. He's doing his own thing. Chances are he doesn't talk to his mother every day. So,
well, we kind of see outside of his mother.
No one likes him.
I like his mother. I love that lady.
I'm saying everybody else though doesn't seem to like him.
No,
like the one lady when Trevor was talking to her, and he was like, "What was he like as a kid?" And she goes, "He was quiet." And he's like, "That's it."
We
like,
carpooled every day. Well,
we carpooled with each other every day.
You must know all these stories. Nope. So he's as much as he's pretty much a loner in his other life in LA. He's very much a loner, even within his own family, outside of his mother.
But we kind of find that out from his mother too, toward the end of this episode when she's in there washing the dishes and Trevor comes in and she says, "I'm so glad he's got a friend." She's almost like he never had friends growing up. This is something new that he's done, and we're glad you came with him. Now, had it been it was just it's one of those things. He just grew up. He's a friend. Look, Simon's got a friend, and even his brother. And God, dick. What are you doing here in my mother's house? I came with Simon. Yeah, but what are you doing here?
Great hospitality,
Yeah.
Yeah, at least everybody else was somewhat friendly, but yeah.
No, they weren't. Well,
yeah, they weren't.
Other people were friendly with Trevor, but not with Simon. Because you had the one. Oh yeah, I worked all week. I went to an acting school, or I went to an acting thing, and I had
3 auditions.
3 auditions, and 2 acting classes.
That's a week.
That's a week. Yeah, it's pretty intense. Look at him. He's just like a hobo.
Yeah, they start talking in Haitian, and I guess they totally forgot that he can speak Haitian.
Yeah. I can understand you, right? Jeez. And Trevor's supposed to be there running
to be the buffer
for him. Yeah, be a buffer.
Yeah.
And he's off doing his own thing, trying to.
Well, he's trying to stay out of prison.
Right. Yeah. But that moment specifically with his mom was great because it really made Trevor question what he was doing. Because I think there was a part of him that was like, it's fine. And then when he realized who's Simon, Simon doesn't use his powers to go around and mess with people. He even mentions that he was the first person outside of his family to ever see him use it. So,
well, and it's interesting too because, and this isn't really the first time. I mean, Trevor has looked at him. You can tell, he'll get in this zone as far as Simon. I mean, he'll get in this zone and he'll do his acting or whatever, and Trevor will sit there and look at him. And you can tell just God love Ben Kingsley for being as good as he is. Just the look in his eyes, like there's something special here. There's something about this guy. And am I really doing the right thing with damage control? Going to turn him in and send him up the river kind of thing.
Well, the thing with Trevor is I don't think he was ever comfortable doing this in the first place.
Yeah.
But he's doing it to stay out. Yeah, he's doing it to stay out of prison, but he's never been comfortable with it. And as not much of a spoiler, but as you go through the show, it becomes more evident that he really does not like this at all. He doesn't like doing this.
Well, he even called the guy damage control. Was like, can't find anything, and he was like, "Well, you better, or it's back to prison." And he's like, "That wasn't part of the deal." He's like, "It is now."
Yeah.
So
the damage control guy is kind of a jackass too.
Well,
he's got leverage
on the line too.
Right.
Yeah.
Because there's what they say 30 or 20%. Yeah, layoff or whatever because they got a prison that it's not filled.
Yeah.
Which I assume they're talking about the raft.
Yeah. Yeah, Jessica's mom in there.
They're not, because that prison's out in the middle of a desert somewhere. He goes to that prison. Not to spoil anything. We visit that prison later on in the series. So I don't think it's the raft. But again, it's one of those.
Well, how many prisons do they have that holds superpower?
I don't know. That apparently too many. But I'm looking at it too, going like, okay, you've got a prison for all these super beings, and it's not full, and there's a lot of super beings on the planet. Isn't that kind of a good thing? Because that means that these it's
a good thing outside of budget, with probably how much it costs to maintain the prison.
Yeah, but you're looking at it going, okay, well, our prisons aren't full of these super beings, and there's hundreds of super beings in the world. It's like, that sounds like that's a good thing. That's the suit of armor around the world, if you ask me. So
they just got to transfer the employees somewhere else. Just shut down.
Like, we gotta fill the prison. Why? If they're not?
They got to justify it. Justify having it.
People are stupid. Well, no, don't build it. If you don't build it because you don't need it, you won't fill it. Or something like that.
All they need to do is find like 20 other beings like Jessica's mom and just be like, aha.
Well, she's dead.
Well, that's why I said like. That's why I said like. So.
But yeah, it's again, it's interesting, the dynamic, like I said, between Simon, his family, and then of course between Trevor and his family. And the way Trevor is moving in and out of the crowd is, and there he's fixated on this kitchen incident, especially since it's like the kitchen was the main. What do they call it? The MacGuffin. The kitchen's the MacGuffin of the whole episode, because not only did Simon do something to the kitchen when he was a kid, but also Mom got a new kitchen now. Mom has a
nice kitchen.
Yeah, it's a nice kitchen. Yeah. But and that was that again, the kitchen's going to come into play later. There's going to be some talk about it in one of the other episodes. We'll get there. I'll keep my mouth shut. But also too, we find out that I mean, the brother knows really how to push Simon's buttons.
Yeah. Typical older brother.
Yeah. And really it's Simon getting frustrated about things, getting heated about things, to where he kind of pops. And he popped big time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There went the kitchen island.
The island.
Yeah.
And the wine refrigerator.
Yeah.
Or chiller, or whatever you call it.
Yeah. So yeah, his brother and his brother too. I mean, and
even with the gift too.
Well, yeah, and it was like, oh, I guess that means I bought it because I'm giving Mom money, and I know she's just funneling it back to you so she can support you and blah blah. It's like, dude, shut up, just shut up. It's none of your business, you know. And even he's just so condescending too. Even like, oh, well, I got this new job now. I'm a supervisor, and hey, guess what? We're gonna have some sales spots opening up. You should apply. It's like, no.
Well, he doesn't consider acting a job because it's not in real life. It's not stable.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And
really, unless you're a big name.
No, we'll get to that. There's another something, but Trevor says something about that later on too. And we'll get to that.
Well, and there's even a reference to that in the next episode, but I won't say it until we get to it. So.
Well, nothing is. Oh yeah, I guess there is something in the next one. Yeah. But the next episode really. We can float into it. That's fine.
Yeah. This one I liked a lot. It might be my favorite up to this point.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out why. I honestly didn't care for it.
Why?
Yeah, it was well, it was a flashback episode, and I don't have anything against flashback episodes, but I just didn't really care why there was a door. So basically, this explores why there is a. If you remember the first episode, he said when he goes for the audition, he says something like, "I don't have the papers here for the Doorman Clause, but I'm going to assume that you're not a superhero." Blah 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 blah. So there's a waiver for this Doorman Clause, and this whole episode was the flashback telling why there was a Doorman Clause. And I just, like I said, you could have told that story in like 10 minutes as part of one of the episodes, and I would have been fine with it. To me, this was just a filler episode.
I mean, we got a remix of Olaf's song from Frozen. If that isn't a sign right there, I mean, that's way better than "I Like Your Cray Cray." So
yeah,
or whatever the heck that song was. But I don't know. It just was. I really enjoyed the episode. I thought it was done really well.
From what I've seen on social media, I think this was probably just about everybody's favorite episode.
Really?
Even the talk show scene or whatever gave me like Joker vibes. Less, obviously because it's Marvel.
Oh yeah,
he doesn't shoot the guy, but like the bringing on the guy and making fun of him and all in the name of humor.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I thought the acting was phenomenal in it. I thought the character was, especially, so basically you've got a character that was a doorman at a dance club of sorts, and he was friends with all the big shots and the celebrities that came in there, notably Josh Gad. He was
great in this episode.
Josh Gad played Josh Gad in this episode, so it wasn't like they hired somebody. But he obtained superpowers that I guess he can morph things through his body, or he create. I mean, I guess his body creates portal. A black hole portal.
Yeah. Portal.
On IMDb, the synopsis is just ding dong.
Yeah. Well, and that's basically what it is
yeah.
He gets these powers, and then Josh Gad finds out about it, and he's like, "Hey, I want to put you in this movie, and that's how we're gonna." It's like we've got this one spot where we get locked in a safe, and how we're gonna get out of it, we haven't figured that out yet. So we're gonna use your powers to do this. And it's like, well, why would you need to? I'm looking at it going, well, why would you need to hire him? You've got the idea for the character at this point. Just hire an actor and use special effects to get it done. Easy peasy.
They wanted to go above and beyond, push the limits.
Guess. But anyway, so they hire him, and basically he kind of becomes it reminds me of that Simpsons episode where Bart Simpson had was on the Krusty Show, and he had the one-liner. It was "I didn't do it, kid." And every time he went anywhere, he was like, people were like, just say the line, just do the line. Fine, I didn't do it. Or like Alan Rickman in Galaxy Quest. Every time, by Grandpa's hammer, you shall be avenged. Oh. I'm defined by one line. I played King Lear, and I'm defined by one line.
Well, one thing that was really funny for me watching it is I knew that Josh Gad goes missing, but I kept going, how does he go missing? And then I thought, does he go missing inside of him? Like, how funny would that be? And then it happened.
And they never cleared it up either. Where did he go? What happened? I mean, obviously they got him.
They're still looking for him.
No, I'm going to say obviously they got him back because now they've got this clause, and it's like you can't have superpowers on a movie set kind of thing. So I'm looking at it going, they never tied up that end of the story.
Yeah.
Like maybe they found him in Tokyo or something, and he just, I don't know.
Yeah, I wonder if it works like from the doorman's perspective, like if he's seen a place, then he just envisions it in his mind, and that's how they go through out, or if it's just a direct portal opening out.
I have no idea.
So
I don't know, but when he started puking, I was like, "Oh my god, is he puking on Josh Gad?"
And then he turns into Olaf. They freeze his throat, and he's
an Olaf, and he
talks
like
Olaf.
Josh Gad.
Yeah, that was my first thought. I was like, "Oh, did he just puke him out?
Is he eating Josh Gad?" Oh,
there he goes. Yeah.
But so Josh is making this movie called
Cash Grab.
Cash Grab.
And Cash Grab 2.
Well, and very obviously an Ocean's 11 type buddy comedy type. We're gonna rob.
I'm surprised we haven't gotten a trailer for it yet.
And they basically they're gonna use him to get out of the safe, and he's I guess he improvises this line when they get out of the safe. He goes ding dong, and he creates a door, and they all get out of the safe, and everybody's happy. Well, that kind of becomes his one line, and he's just all over the place. What happened? Andrew turned his camera off. But he's all over the place. And that's all they want to hear. We just want to hear the line. Just do the ding dong. And he gets to where he's just doing commercials. And he goes on the talk show, and I guess that was fine.
Yeah, he gets
the Shakespeare
for the potato.
He's like, alas, poor Yorick. I knew him. Ding dong. He was like, oh. But he kind of realized, too, that's kind of, this is my lot in life now. This is what I am. I am the ding dong guy.
Mm-hmm.
But he's also very much like, he's very much, and again, we'll go into this a little bit, and they touch on it more later on, I made all of this money on this movie, and I've made all of this money on my catchphrase and everything else, and I did all these things, and now I can't do anything else because that's all I'm known for. I'm typecast at this point.
Yeah.
And people are tired of it.
Yeah. And people are tired of it. And now I've got no money coming in.
And then and that's when the guy tells him you have to wait to spend your money until you have the paycheck in your hand. You can't rely on it until you have it. You can't assume, I'll make this money.
Yeah.
So but I just like that we got like his whole story in like 25 minutes. I just thought it was really well done. And he kept having he'd have those wake up moments where it was like he was back in that space that he was first in when he got the portals for the stuff. And when his dog went through him at first, before we found out he was a doorman, I thought he was like in not like a hallucination, but like a vision, like in that portal area. Right. Until the girl came out of the shower, and I was like, oh, I guess it's not so.
But why was her door open? If you're in the shower,
why is it unlocked? And it looked like she was on the first floor.
I'm like, man, I'm triple checking doors and windows before I get in the shower.
Yeah.
Even though I'm in my own, I could be in my own house alone, and I'm still locking the dadgum door.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I do.
I do before I go to bed. I check all the doors, and even though I'm
locking the door to the bathroom. Oh. Like I'm going to get in the shower, I'm still locking the door.
That's funny.
So, but yeah, it's just Josh calls him, says, "Hey, they've greenlit it. We're going to make Cash Grab 2." And of course, he's all excited about it. Which I look at that and I go, "You're making a sequel. The sequels are never as good as the first ones." And
yeah, but look how many Ocean 11s or whatever.
There was,
they're talking about doing another one.
Yeah.
Well, and I guess too, I'm looking at it. It's like, how many times can you appear in a sequel? But I mean, how many Fast and Furiouses did Vin Diesel make?
All of them. They got one more.
Like 11 or 12 of them, something like that.
Yeah, I think they're going to Mars in it. They're going to drive to Mars.
I quit watching after a few of them. I was just like,
I quit watching after the first one. The first one was the only good one. And I watched that and I was like, well, this is just Point Break. This is Point Break with cars. No, I don't want to watch this.
I think I quit watching them after Paul Walker died.
I didn't care for them after the first one.
They were brain rot. I just liked watching them. I didn't have to think about anything or figure out anything. I just liked watching them.
Oh, I was informed you can't use that word, by the way, brain rot. You're old.
Oh.
Only young people.
I thought it was
not you, Andrew. You're fine. I think you're okay. I think your grandfathered in, but me and Debbie were too old to be using brain rot.
Well, I'm only got a few more years.
That's for young people to say.
I only got a few more years before I'm on status.
Brain rot
just
for eons.
Well, I got a few more years until I'm unk, whatever that means. So,
I don't know what that means.
No idea.
You can see, Debbie, you are welcome to say brain rot here.
Yeah,
I think right now we're doing brain rot.
I mean, you could probably ask my kids. I've been saying that for years.
But I'm just saying. Yeah. It's something that the kids say now, and if you're old, you're not allowed to say it.
Yeah, they can
go to the... They can become doormen.
Actually, I found out the other day, too, they're wearing Jinko jeans again. That's like a big thing. And I'm like, Daddy's going to go get a pair of those. I had a bunch of those when I was...
I gotta look that up.
Younger.
I don't know what that is.
If it's the same jeans I'm thinking of, those were the stupidest things. I would not let my kids wear them.
If you find a good picture one, Andrew, share your screen because
I think I have. I found something.
We need the world to see this because
tell me if that's right.
Let's see.
I can find another one.
Yeah, that's them.
Yeah,
dumbest thing ever.
I'm just saying.
There was also like this one, like it's like that design's interesting, but
yeah, I refuse to let my kids wear those.
Nope, I had quite a few pairs. That was
because if it rained or snowed, they were wet all the way up to the knees because they dragged 4 inches.
Oh no,
Andrew! When I was about your age, I had like 4 or 5 pairs of them. That was all I wore.
Wow. I
even had Jinko shorts, so
I gotta look up short versions of those.
They're just big baggy shorts.
Yeah, they were the ugliest things ever.
I had a big wallet with a chain on it going out to my front belt buckle.
God,
leave me alone, Debbie.
You learn something new every day, don't you? You think you know someone.
I wore Metallica and Pantera t-shirts everywhere, and
I mean, even the bell bottoms I wore in the 70s were better looking than those things.
You know, it's weird. We had the bell bottoms in the 70s. You shrink down to parachute pants in the 80s, and then you go back to the Jinkos in the 90s, where it flares out again. Then you go to skinny jeans in the 2010s. Ooh. Now we're flaring out again.
I was gonna say it seems like 90s is becoming popular again.
It is. It's a thing now.
Well, see, my daughter back in the day when she was younger, she would always make fun of me because I kept clothes, from way back or whatever. She goes, Mom, those are out of style. Why are you wearing those again? I was like, you just wait. They'll come back around. And now that she's older and she's like, I get it now, Mom. Like, you save money. You're wearing originals. They're not, they're vintage now.
But anyway, so we get the Doorman episode. He all of a sudden he loses his powers on the set of Cash Grab 2.
Yeah, I was wondering if it was going to be like temporary powers that he'd only have for a certain amount.
And Josh Gad, of course, right as Josh Gad jumps through him and Then Josh Gad disappears.
And Josh Gad didn't realize that he was like his stomach was like gurgling, and he was like, oh, looking sick. Like I would have been like, let's cut.
Yeah.
Now, I didn't know if he was losing his powers or if he had used them too much.
Ooh, that's a good point.
His body was not like
I think that's the more likely of the two, is that he was using it too much.
Because he was doing it all the time, where it was, and because besides the one-liner, besides the ding-dong one-liner, and you really saw this too with the when he was on the talk show, and the talk show host was like, "Oh, I forgot my coffee. Oh, there it is, ding-dong!" And I mean, he was pulling stuff. Oh, here's the football, ding-dong, throwing the football and everything. So yeah, chances are with the ding-dong, he was probably performing his little trick, and it was just it was all over the place. That's all he was doing. He's pulling stuff out of himself and saying ding dong. So but you see, I don't know that I'd want to do that, because you go in his front, obviously, he was, if you watch the set, they were on the set, and Josh throws the one bag through him, and it pops out, and it's on the other side. Then he throws the next bag, and it pops out, it's on the other side. If you're a person and you do that, you're going to be coming out somebody's backside. Basically, he's going to be crapping you out. I'm just saying, I don't think I'd want to do that. He just failed to crap Josh Gad out.
Josh was coming out both ends.
Yeah. He's got a case of the Gads, He's got a case of the old Olaf.
Yeah. But regardless, that is the reason. He is the reason that particular character was the reason that actors now are not actors, super beings are not allowed to work in. I don't. Are they not allowed to work, or is it more just the
insurance is really high?
Yeah. It's looked down upon. We don't really want to, because the insurance is high. It's more costly for the movie.
You know what? The thing about like Simon is, if he controls his anger, no one would ever know he was a super. I mean, because you just think he was a normal guy, so he's got that going for him. So,
but problem is he. And here's the issue, is that he gets so tied up and lost in his mind.
Yeah.
And he takes everything so personal.
And I think he lets it build up.
And especially like and we saw it with the when he got fired from American Horror Story, and he went home and he sat on his couch, and he was basically like, calm down. And he just couldn't control it, and he just popped. So I see you, kitty. My kitty doesn't jump up on my chair. Speaking of which, speak of the devil.
Where mine went to.
Oh yeah, right. Okay. Chewy's just off to the side, right?
Well, she was laying up on her bed. I don't know where she went.
I didn't even see that.
I never noticed.
I haven't seen her all night.
Yeah, she was there at the beginning, and then she got up, and she's probably laying in her cat tree.
So anyway, there goes the other one.
Oh, dun.
Stupid cat. That's why this one's at my feet, because she knows I'll protect her. That white one's a mean thing. But anyway, so that's why we've got things the way that they are, and we're ready to move on with the rest of Wonder Man. This was an episode. So in this Wonder Man series, do you plan on having Wonder Man in it at all?
It really makes you sit there and wonder, man. I had to throw that in there at some point.
Well, this was the only episode that happened, so
yeah.
And it was good.
And again, it's really just to highlight, because moving forward in the series, him being a super trying to work in Hollywood really plays into it, especially probably the next 2 episodes. It gets all of that kind of comes full circle. I mean, it's a necessary episode. It's not a filler episode. Like I said before, I apologize for that. It is not a filler episode. It's a necessary episode so that you understand why the events that take place over the next episode or 2 are taking place. And you're just not left kind of hanging.
The only thing I didn't like is is Doorman still alive, or is he in one of the prisons?
Never really said. Never
they
really
did.
Said.
He's been taken to the prison.
And spoilers, he's not in the rest of the series either. So it's not like they revisit him or come back and find out, and it's like, oh, hey, I know who you are. It's just he just is gone. Maybe
he threw up his powers, and so he's maybe being a doorman.
Maybe since he has Josh Gad inside of him now, maybe he like morphed into Josh Gad.
Oh man,
I'm spitballing here. But anyway,
I'd love to have Josh Gad money though. That you really want to hire someone. You're like, starting salary is $200,000.
Yeah,
must be nice.
Heck yeah. So
maybe Simon can. Well, I was gonna say maybe Simon could be a security, but Josh Gad is currently in Doorman, so yeah.
Anything else? Did we miss anything on this one, Debbie?
I don't think so.
Cool. Shameless plugs. What do we got tonight?
Tomorrow night, our friends over on the Sith Dominion, they are talking Clone Wars versus Rebels. Should be interesting. Wednesday, we'll have a episode of War of the Stars drop. Last week, they were talking about Jedi.
Everything that was before the Jedi and Sith.
Ah, okay. Thursday, we'll be back on Cantina Happy Hour talking about the Night Sisters arc. One of my favorites. I think it's a good arc. And then Friday, I'm
checking.
Have a new episode of Snackame. Something about,
you said it right. Hey,
you got it. I'm seeing what it's about. Let's see.
Something about Romeo or Aunt Marie Antoinette. I don't know. I just seen bits and pieces in the chat.
Yeah, it says the fragrant flower blooms with dignity. I guess is the name of the anime that they're talking about. So
what's that got to do with Romeo or Marie Antoinette? I'm confused.
I don't know.
Okay.
Well, that's what's in the description. I don't know if it's been changed or not. So.
Oh, okay. Saturday, Geek Gauntlet. I know they wrapped up Batman, so I don't know what they're talking about this week.
Robin. No, I'm kidding.
And then Monday, we'll be back with episodes 5 and 6.
Which I know I've watched the whole thing, but I'm going to go back and watch them again. So.
Oh, same here. I watched them yesterday. So.
Very cool. Andrew, shameless plugs. What have you got?
Yeah, there was no Cam and Focus last night, but we should be back next Sunday to talk Quest for the Mighty Sword. Last Saturday night on the Dingus Den, we did our Smallville reviews for season 2, episodes 2 and 3, Heat and Duplicity. This coming Saturday, we're doing Smallville season 2, episode 4, Red. So I've heard that's pretty good. But Red is kind of vague. We were trying to guess. Spencer and I were trying to guess what that could mean, and I was like, well, he already wears red, so there's not that. He discovered his heat vision and heat, so can't be red for vision. So anyway, we'll find out when we watch the episode, but that's what we're talking about. So
have you noticed on that how Clark always wears some version of either red and blue or red, white, and red, yellow, and blue, or red?
I pointed that out actually on Saturday. Right. And even like their barn and stable and everything's red and their house is yellow. And the sky's blue.
At the reach, but all right.
But anyway, but Duplicity's episode where Pete finds out about Clark. So, and Heat is where Lex gets married to the lady. And I joked, I said, I bet that's not the only time Lex gets married in the show. Poker faces, because I don't want to know if, but I'm willing to bet. If I were a guessing man, if I were a betting guy.
Perfect. Well, I got nothing. I'm a very boring individual.
You got us.
I wish I had more. Actually,
you have a Bridgerton podcast you're going to start.
Yeah, I could start a Bridgerton podcast. Maybe a Night of the Seven Realms.
Or shorts. Do shorts, from a guy's perspective on Bridgerton.
Whatever. All right. Well, that's going to do it for us tonight. Don't forget to follow us on all the different social medias. We are everywhere. Instagram, Facebook, all of that kind of fun stuff. If you're watching here on YouTube, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Hit the little bell icon for notifications so you know when we do go live. We will see all of you next week right here on MCU Mondays. Y'all all have a great, great rest of your week.
Shit! Language. No one else is going to deal with the fact that Cap just said language. I know. For gosh sake, watch your language. That's not going away anytime soon.
You bet your ass.
Steve, you said a bad language word.
Did you tell everyone?
Out with the platinum bastard.
Steve doesn't like that kind of talk.
You know what, Romanoff?
Fury, you son of a bitch.
Ooh, you kiss your mother with that mouth?